It maintains wonder. I think this is so underrated. Fantasy keeps alive this sense that the world can be magical and mysterious and full of possibilities, even when daily life feels mundane or difficult.
Yes, and it gives permission to hope. Like, if Frodo can make it to Mount Doom, if Harry can defeat Voldemort, then maybe I can get through whatever I'm dealing with.
Let me get personal for a second. I discovered fantasy during a really difficult period in high school. I was dealing with some family stuff, feeling completely isolated, and I just felt so powerless.
Hmm,
Then I read my first epic fantasy series, and suddenly I had this whole vocabulary for courage and resilience that I didn't have before. It didn't solve my problems, but it gave me models for how to be brave.
yeah, that really resonates. For me, fantasy was huge during college when I was dealing with anxiety and imposter syndrome, reading about characters who felt out of place but found their strength and their people. That kept me going through some really tough times.
It's like having a roadmap for how to be brave when you don't know how. And that's the thing. Fantasy doesn't solve your problems for you, but it can give you the emotional resources to keep going.
To believe that growth and change are possible, to remember that you're part of something larger than yourself. And I love that this goes all the way back to those post World War II readers.
They were dealing with trauma on this massive scale, and fantasy helped them imagine a world where healing and rebuilding were possible. We're still doing that today, whether it's a pandemic, political upheaval, personal loss.
Right, fantasy continues to offer that same promise of meaning and hope. I think there's something beautiful about the fact that the Golden Age writers were processing their own trauma by creating these healing stories.
And now, decades later, their work is still helping people cope with different but equally real challenges. It's like this ongoing conversation across generations about resilience and hope.
And the power of story to help us make sense of difficult experiences. That's why fantasy endures and keeps evolving. Each generation faces new challenges and creates new fantasy that speaks to their specific needs.
But the core function remains the same, helping us process, cope, and imagine better possibilities. So, whether you're reading Tolkien or the latest cozy fantasy or some intense grimdark epic, you're participating in this ancient human tradition.
Using story to make sense of chaos and find reasons to keep going. And there's no shame in needing that. We all need coping mechanisms. We all need hope.
We all deserve stories that reminds us we're capable of more than we think.